Hello everyone, in this video I will show you how to create a new file in Photoshop. First things first, when you first open Photoshop, the first thing you will see is a recent files list, which will show you previews of your most recently worked on and saved files on your computer. However, if you have not created anything or saved anything in your Photoshop that you are using, then you will not see anything on this list. If you look to the left, you will see multiple options for different features, including a place where you can click that says Learn, where you can learn about some of the different features in Photoshop. If you are wanting to dive right in and create a new file, then you simply create new. Click this, create new, and you will get the new document dialog. And again, you will first see a list of your most recently worked on sizes of documents and settings. In the next tab over from recent, you will see saved, which if you have a preset that you have saved on your computer for a document size, then it will appear in here. I don't have any specific custom sized presets saved on here, so I don't have anything. Now if you click on one of the next 6 tabs according to what it is that you want to create, then you will see different settings for each. And typically when you see anything that says inches, IN as a dimension, then you know that it's probably going to be for print. And so if I'm in photo, it defaults to print. And you will see over in the preset details on the right, there is width and height. It shows 7 inches by 5 inches, and it shows the orientation. Orientation is portrait if it's tall, up and down, and landscape if it's wide, left to right. The resolution is how many pixels on your computer screen would fit within an inch of print. So in this case it's 300. When you're working with something that's for print, higher resolution is better. You get better quality. When you are creating something for screen, depending on what the purpose is, you might use a lower resolution. For instance, if you're creating an image that will be used on the web, then you will want to have a lower resolution so it loads faster. The color mode depends on what your purpose is as well. So for RGB, if you have RGB selected, then your intention is likely to be to use to create a image for the web, or to edit an image for the web. And if you go down the list here, you can also see CMYK, which is typically used for print. Those are the main 2 color modes that we are concerned with in this course. The background contents allows you to choose what's going to be on the background layer, and in this case it's just white, but you can also choose black, or you can choose any kind of background color, or you can make it transparent. If you choose transparent, what you will see is a checkered pattern which indicates transparency. And there's also custom. The advanced options we won't go into at this time, but if you go into what it is you want to create, in this case I'm going to go to print. Oh, and let me show you this. If you go to web, if you go to web, you can see, okay, well with these, they measure everything in pixels, px, because you're dealing with creating something for screen, which instead of measuring in inches, you're measuring in pixels, because pixels can be bigger or smaller depending on the type of display used. Take, for instance, the marquee in the front of the school. It's a low resolution display. However, it's a very big display, so I use a very small file size, or I have a very small file size that I am creating, a very small document size, I should say. Alright, so I'm going to create something for print. And if I look here, this one is the default, the typical thing that you use for print, which would be the size of a sheet of paper, 8.5 by 11 inches. And if I click that, I can choose if I want landscape or portrait over here. I'm going to choose landscape, and I'm going to go ahead and change my background content to black. And when I click create, you will now see my file. And if I press Control Plus, I can zoom in, I can fill the screen and all of that stuff. But this is how you create a brand new document.